Hey, it's Pride Month with all my favorite guys.
You're Rainbow
Yay.
Boys.
Rainbow Boys. I love it.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello,
everybody.
hello.
This is a first, having another guest with us, Nancy.
I love it.
Let's
Yeah,
introduce Miles, Paul. How much do we love this guy?
Hey, Miles.
Hey.
Good to see you. All right, we're off to dinner at Ayesh's house in Sri Lanka.
Oh,
Oh
this
wow.
boy,
All
you're
right.
not going to waste any time. Here we go.
Nope.
dinner.
No foreplay. We're just jumping right into it.
I mean, right.
Exactly.
The prawns? Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
well, I can see why.
Okay, we
Wow.
have 11 food items. Miles, this is all for you from Ayesha's mom to the mom.
To the mom. Yeah. Mom squared. Yeah. Wow. Mom
And she
squared.
insisted that Paul and I return with you after our first dinner here just a matter of days ago. And there's Dad.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Why are you doing this to us? I haven't had dinner yet.
Oh
Ay,
boy.
I
ay,
thought
ay.
you boys,
So
you
if you
guys
book
would
a
be
tour
hungry.
with
Ayesh, you'll get to meet Mom and
Comes with the dinner.
definitely come to the country just for Mom's cooking.
Awesome.
Oh,
Wow.
yes. Memories,
So maybe you
Miles.
need to back up and explain who these people are and how long you've known them. All
Wow.
of them. All of
Yeah.
them, including the one who's here.
Wow. Well, Miles was our former housemate when we lived in Northwest Portland. And
Previous to that, he was a friend of many, many years.
yes, and we met Miles through the men's organization called the Mankind Project. It's an international men's organization for all kinds of men, not just rainbow people like us. And it does interpersonal work, deep, deep work for men to come together and look at their life and how it's working, how it might not be working. And so, yes, Miles moved into Portland. What year was that, Miles?
I moved to Portland in 2004. And Rich, I think that you were like among the first people that I met, and that was like lifetimes ago.
It
Um,
truly.
so yeah. Um, so
Yes.
yeah. And then Paul and I sat together in a men's group on a weekly basis for
10
10
years.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then pandemic changed things
Right.
and whatnot. But yeah. Yeah, we've known each other for a really long time.
And not so long ago, you said to us, "Can I meet you in Sri Lanka?"
Yeah, so
Yes. Yes.
we had a mutual friend also through Mankind Project who moved on from existence unexpectedly last summer.
Oh,
And as I was kind of working my way through my feelings about that, I realized that Paul and Rich had been inviting me to join them in Asia for 10 years. And I had said, yeah, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. And I kind of realized that um, I can't just assume that I'm going to be able to do this whenever I want to.
yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
so Paul kind of um, sat me down and had a very serious conversation with me. And he was like, okay, like what do you really want to experience? And I was like, elephants, temples, beaches. And Paul said, great, meet us in Sri Lanka. We'll be there in May. Um,
And you did. And we promptly went to dinner at Ayesh's mom's house with
Right, right. And speaking of Ayesh, Paul and I first met Ayesh in 2018. And he is like, you just saw the light in his face over the dinner table. His mother also beams the same way. So here's Mom.
not yet,
Uh,
not yet.
oh, not yet. So yeah, and this is our fourth visit to Sri Lanka. And the first time Ayash was like, Mom wants you to come. Mom wants you to come. And it was a shorter visit for us initially back in 18.
So
So
there we are at dinner.
we've been there several times. And seriously, it is the best food that we have run across. Um, and she's a delight. Every time we're like in awe. Now, this is a special formula that she made out of a Goric plant, and it's supposed to drop my cholesterol. So she put in a jar, a container for me to bring back, and it's really bitter tasting. Miles has tasted it. So when I show up back in Portland in July for my medical appointment, I'm really praying that her formula will do the trick. And here
Excuse me.
she is, like just glowing in the gown we brought her from Malaysia.
Oh, what a lovely person.
Yes.
And what a
Yeah.
fabulous cook.
Yeah. So, Miles, you've had quite your experience having food, because not only at Mom's house, but we had a lovely buffet with Ayesh that was one of his favorite places as we were traveling to get over to Nilaveli Beach. This is our morning view at
No, they don't
oh,
see it
they're
yet.
not seeing
I'm
it.
prepping
Okay.
it. So,
All right. So, yeah, talk about the food, Miles.
The food. Okay, so Sri Lankan food is incredible. So a lot of folks have asked me, is it like Indian food? And the answer to that is basically yes, but with some important caveats. Um, most Sri Lankan food contains coconut. And so it's a lot of curries and sambals and other kind of savory dishes, but some sweet things as well. And for both breakfast and lunch, a very standard meal would be rice and curry. So, like a big plate of rice, like you saw in the video. And then usually 3 to 5 curries. 11 curries is kind of a feast. And then there was one place that we went to that had 40 curries, which was,
Rich just
truly a
put on,
feast.
I think Rich just put that on our Instagram.
Yeah, you can check that
Yeah.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
That was awesome.
The 40,
Yeah.
it really is incredible. And, there's kind of a like a traditional way to sort of make each of these different curries. And so, there will be proteins in most meals. If there's going to be an animal protein, there will just be one. It's often chicken, and the quality of the chicken is so much better than the quality of the chicken that we can buy from the grocery store in the United States.
It's
Like
true.
these are chickens
That's
that are
pretty
just
much
running
true
around.
everywhere.
Yeah.
On our,
Yeah.
I don't eat chicken anymore, but that's pretty much true everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I propose that we move on to our second bullet point,
Ooh.
which is,
Okay, cool.
I'm salivating, Miles. I
I
don't know
know,
about
Okay.
you.
we haven't had breakfast here.
Oh,
All right, so this
but
now
we don't take
is
breakfast with curries, Paul.
not usually.
It's more like our dinner. So this is what we wake up to every morning, people. It is
So Miles wanted to share about his walk with you
Nilaveli
this morning.
Beach.
And
Yeah.
it's
So,
east facing, so it's sunrise here.
and because down on the coast, it tends to get pretty hot pretty quickly. So like temperatures, like high temperatures that'll be in the low to mid 90s during the day and about 95% humidity. It really helped to get an early morning walk in.
Very. As
First
early
thing.
as possible.
Yeah. So like sunrise. Okay, cool. We watched the sunrise. We had our first cup of coffee. Let's go.
Yeah.
Before it gets really hot. And so, Paul was usually kind of doing his thing. Rich and I were usually walking together. We'd have a lovely visit in the morning. And
Swim
these
at
are
the
the
end.
fields that we would, walk by and then just come back to the hotel and switch into swimming trunks and jump in the ocean rather than shower.
Yeah.
Because it just made more sense. And
Yep.
we saw peacocks and cows and puppies and eggplants and crows and all kinds of things on the morning walk.
Not to
And
mention,
Miles, did you have much trouble with jet lag? Did it take you long to hit the ground running?
Not on my way there. On my way
Uh-huh.
there, I really had a pretty easy time.
Yeah, I was amazed
I was too.
because we're on the
Yeah.
other side of the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So like it's 7:43 a.m. there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
7:13
7:15.
here.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Or there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 12 and a half hours ahead.
Yeah.
I really had an easy time on the way there. um, coming home with 29 hours of travel in a day that was for me 36 and a half hours long, because of I left on Tuesday and I arrived home on Tuesday, but it was the longest Tuesday I've ever experienced. Um, and jumping right back into work the next day.
Oh,
That was rough.
It's hardcore.
That was right.
oh,
But it wasn't all. So there, Sri Lanka is very rich in cultural stuff, and so what we want to share next is one of those opportunities. You guys can
The
talk about what
Dambulla
this is.
Caves.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Miles.
So the Dambulla cave temples are a temple complex that it has a big reclining Buddha that is from the 3rd century AD, and then has been added on to between the 3rd century AD and the 15th century AD. And I think the room that we're in right now is like a 12th century room.
No,
And
Yeah, I think
no,
it was refurbished in the 12th.
okay,
this one is 3rd
But
century
Yeah,
BC.
yeah, this was actually 3rd century BC was the original.
Yeah,
And we have some pictures. I'm not sure that this was, yeah, it's very old.
and the paintings are
And that's all-
natural. They have not been altered, so it's natural
Right.
dyes. Here's Paul.
Yeah,
3rd century BC.
BC.
Dambulla Caves,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sri Lanka.
yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah.
really, so it's only a couple of hundred years after Buddha lived.
yes. And the newer cave, the coloration is different. They used a different natural dye to do the paintings, but it sits up at the top of a hill, and
Yeah.
so it's a climb upwards, right?
Right. And here's some still pictures too.
Yeah.
Oops.
My goodness.
So
Wow.
that's all carved out of bedrock.
The solid.
This is the cave behind Miles here.
Yeah, and that's
Right.
the mountain rock behind. I love
Oh,
this
that's
picture.
incredible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do they have much history about how long it took and how many people worked on it, that kind of thing?
Ooh.
They don't really know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they really know those kind of things.
And this is the newer cave.
This is probably more information about the 12th century kind of
Yeah.
extension,
Yeah. Next door. And that's the newer one
because there's
as well.
multiple rooms to go in. But this was a no-brainer to take Miles here. To me, after our very first trip to Sri Lanka, this was the one place I wanted to go back to.
And we had it to ourselves because it was rainy, right, Miles?
yeah. So we were there kind of late in the day. So we had sort of a late lunch, and then we climbed up together, and we were like, other folks were leaving as we arrived, but we really had the whole complex to ourselves, and had an opportunity to really go slow and take in each room. And as you can see, at all of these sacred sites, both the Buddha sacred sites and the Hindu sacred sites, shoes off, and need to have your knees covered. And for tourists that like to run around in shorts, because knees and shoulders are considered disrespectful. And so, for those of us who love to run around in shorts, just having a sarong in the go bag really made life easier. And so, so we've got some great sarong photos.
So the one with us together, Miles, I love that tablecloth. It's actually a square tablecloth that he bought for his new apartment that he just
It's
moved
on
into.
sale now.
And so I forgot my sarong, and so Miles is like, "Oh, no problem," So I'm loving that piece of fabric.
So that was one of
That's
the
very
things.
practical.
Yeah,
Thank
very.
you, Nancy.
So that was definitely one of the things to check off the list. The
Oh,
next one
It's fabulous.
is also was a big must do.
And that was our 3rd or 4th visit to the caves.
I think it was our 3rd. I think
Okay.
we maybe had one visit here in Sri Lanka where we
I
didn't
will go back there every time.
But now we've got
A memory forever.
yeah.
Check this one off your list, Miles.
Whoa.
These are wild elephants.
About 10,000 of them in the country just roaming.
20.
Huh?
20,000.
Oh, Is that what IS shared?
Yeah, so 20,000 elephants, 22 million people in Sri Lanka, and 44 million tuk-tuks.
Yes. Now, they were bathing together, three of them
Actually,
actually.
I think there's four.
Oh, and he's just checking her out. Um, yeah.
There's
She's
a
not
bear.
having it.
No, she's like, I'm pushing on. But this national park is stunning. Every time Paul and I go there, it's like here he comes right up.
So we're in a safari jeep.
Now, is he an old elephant? Is that why he has the discoloration?
I don't think so. We saw
No, I
Okay.
don't think that's a sign of his age.
uh-uh. We saw others with that coloration. Um, and it's, every time you go on safari, this was your first, Miles, and every
And
time we have a whole different
this
experience.
is the continuation. He's just
Passed by,
yeah.
it's like I've had my bath and
The,
I must go eat because they're eating
the
machines.
driver had started up the jeep just in case we needed to.
Back up quickly.
Yeah.
So,
We also have some still pictures that I'm going to share, but Miles, why don't you share some of your thoughts about this?
Oh, yeah. So, I have never had the opportunity to be this close to elephants, certainly not this close to wild elephants. And our driver and guide, Ayesh, had a friend who we can see here in the brown shirt, who handles the safari. And he was great. He was really wonderful to work with. And we had a little bit of a rainstorm that happened while we were on the safari. And so, like, the Jeep was uncovered, and then we rolled up the tarp so that we had cover. And this was a young solitary male.
yeah,
It was the first elephant that we saw.
Just
And
how,
we
yeah,
probably watched him for a good 15, 20 minutes.
yeah.
they call
And
him a
he was just
tusker.
hanging out and eating. And yeah, that was really cool. And then
It got
everything cleared
nice.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the squall ended, and so we got to pop our heads out of the top of the Jeep, and
Enjoy the
Yeah,
scenery.
we were like puppies
totally,
hanging our heads out of the car window, weren't we?
totally.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
that's a
we are
great
under the,
picture.
yeah. We had a lot of fun. We do
Uh,
this every time we go there. It's
it's
just so much fun. And then, of course, we had the watermelon at the end. He was just terrific.
Yeah, and we've used him before as
Yeah.
well, when we come here.
So check.
Yes.
You're
Yeah,
just
and
getting
Miles, it doesn't look like you're having any fun at all on this trip.
What was the
uh,
trip of a lifetime? Like,
Yeah.
um, I really like. I guess part of what was so interesting and so wonderful about this trip is, like, it's always wonderful to be able to reconnect with friends. And to have the experience of connecting with friends in a place that you've never been before is really special.
yeah,
Um, and it's the first time that I've ever been on a trip that was really like that had a guide.
hmm
And once Ayesh kind of got my number, like once he knew what I was into, it was just on. Like he's like, "Oh, you'll eat anything. Oh, cool. I'm going to take you to this place."
And Paul and I are like, you guys can just go.
Unlike
Yeah,
us.
you guys have fun.
But you
And
did
so,
some unexpected things too when you were
Yeah.
there too. I don't think you
yeah,
Well,
expect.
yes.
check this out, Nancy.
So,
Wow.
um,
First time scuba,
so
right?
first time scuba diving. So I thought that I was going snorkeling. And again, like we were working with one of the folks in Ayesha's network, and um, the dive master was like, "Well, like you're not going to be able to really see what you want to if you're snorkeling, and it's essentially the equivalent of $30 to snorkel, or we can do your first scuba dive, and that'll be $60." And I was like, "I guess I'm going to do my first scuba dive." And so,
Look at you.
yeah,
Good job.
Totally. Yeah. So this was the first time I have ever dived. And there was about an hour of instruction, and we practiced in the bay where the water was really gentle. And um, I definitely had some panic come up while this was happening. Like after I got about
Yes.
6 meters down, and my mask didn't really want to clear. I had some anxiety come up, but I just kind of used calming self-talk to be like, like, I can't clear my mask. It's like, yes, you can. Just do the thing again. It didn't work. It's like, try it again. Everything's fine. I can't breathe. It's like, you're breathing right now. Just notice that you're breathing. And
I can
so,
relate.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh. I can't imagine doing that. I mean, I took scuba lessons and it was weeks before we went out in the ocean. Weeks we were practicing in a pool. I can't believe you just in 1 hour you go out and jump in the ocean. Wow.
yeah.
For 60
You're a
bucks.
good traveler, Miles.
Yeah. Yeah. He comes back. He's like, well, I didn't snorkel.
No, I didn't. No. So yeah,
So
Yeah.
it
you
was great.
also wanted to go and do some
Uh,
puja. Why don't you explain
Yeah.
a little bit more? These are just a few pictures here of
uh,
the uh let you take it from here.
So one of the things that's really interesting about Sri Lanka is that even though it's a majority Buddhist country, there is a large Tamil presence, mostly in the east and northeast side of the country,
mhm.
and Hinduism exists alongside Buddhism, kind of in a number of different places. And I've had a long interest in Hinduism for like years and years and years, and I visited Hindu temples in the United States, but this was my first opportunity to really experience Hinduism kind of in context. And
India Light.
India
yeah,
Light.
yes, India at 1/10 speed.
That's
Very,
yeah,
very
at
true.
1/10
Now,
intensity. Yeah.
Nancy, I don't know. There you can see his Ganesh on his back. So in
Oh,
this temple,
wow.
it's a
That's
shirtless temple.
magnificent.
Yeah.
How long have you had that, Miles? How many years? That
Uh,
tattoo?
this year will be 20 years. I got that in 2006.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So yeah, and it's due for a refresh. So
Uh-huh.
which I can clearly see as I look at this photograph. But yeah, it was really a wonderful opportunity for me to kind of experience Hinduism and do some devotional practice, and made offerings, and it was
Yeah.
interesting because like the first place that I like paid for a puja, they asked me what my astrological sign was, and I told them, and then I was talking with Ayesh afterwards, and he's like, "No, I don't think that's right." And I was
Vedic,
like, "What do you mean you don't think that's right?" And then he said, "Oh, you're using the Western system,
Uh-huh.
tropical.
and the Vedic system is actually different." So part of what has been fun is I have been coming home and kind of processing the trip and kind of integrating stuff. I've started to take a look at Vedic astrology, and it's just like, oh, you're right. I'm actually a Taurus, and here I thought I was a Gemini for all of these years. So
On this side of the world, you are,
yeah, I'm actually
yeah,
a Taurus. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's very
yeah,
cool. Well,
Wow.
that wasn't the extent of your
Well, I did, while you're doing that, I want to say you boys were out having breakfast somewhere, and I think Ayesh told me that he had you take your shirt off so that they could see your tattoo on your
uh
back.
he totally did.
but
Yeah, because
it wasn't your only spiritual this is crooked. I wonder why.
that's sideways. Yeah,
That's
I'm
sideways.
not quite sure why.
Yeah, I don't think we want to go sideways.
I'm gonna maybe skip that one. Oh,
That's
see, they're all
sideways.
sideways. I'm
Yes, I
not quite sure.
remember that when they came in.
Well,
This one
this
is,
is so you why don't you
yeah,
talk a little bit about the other religious
yeah.
experience?
So um, the sacred city of Anuradhapura
mm,
has massive stupas. There are four massive stupas, and then a whole kind of temple complex around this.
yeah.
Um, and Ayesh kind of knew that there would be a bunch of locals sort of involved in the practice of Buddhism and experiencing community on a Saturday night, and so thought that I would really enjoy the opportunity to sit down, do some meditation, and be in the presence of all of this spiritual practice. And he was totally right. I was the only white dude that I saw in the probably 3 hours that we spent working our way through the complex. And yeah, I don't know. I probably walked at least 3 miles barefoot because it's such a big temple complex, and we were able to walk from temple to temple. They have a temple of the Bodhi tree that where the Bodhi tree in Sri Lanka was a cutting that was planted from the Bodhi tree that the Buddha sat under when he experienced enlightenment. And that tree, of course, at this point is massive. I live in an old Portland neighborhood right now where there's some really big houses, and that tree is bigger than any of the big houses in this old Portland neighborhood. And one of the interesting bits of history about that is that the original Bodhi tree in India died, and then they took a cutting from the Bodhi tree in Sri Lanka to reestablish that tree.
Yeah.
This was really an amazing experience. So you can see the video that we just saw, the white stupa from the video that we just saw is now in the background.
Yeah.
And this is
it's so weird.
yeah.
I didn't even see that
yeah.
in the picture before.
And here we have a bunch of butter lamps that are on kind of a cleared gravel yard. And so, there's a prayer or a devotion that for each of the butter lamps that's here, and they make these incredible designs. And there's music and drumming and other folks that behind me right now that are processing their way towards that stupa in the background of this photo, with flowers and food, like monk's meal offerings. So you can just buy a monk's meal that comes in a basket, and it has a bowl and has like a piece of rope and a needle and thread, and just the really basic things that a monk needs in order to be able to continue the monastic life. So
Anuradhapura at
amazing.
night is really something.
It's
There are
magic.
some daytime. Let me see.
That's a beautiful photo you've got.
A couple more
you
pictures.
boys
That's
Here's
magnificent.
Here's a couple more pictures of you guys in Anuradhapura in the daytime. There's a lot of man-made lakes right there too. Here's another stupa.
Yeah.
And I think
that stupa was the largest structure built in the 3rd century AD, and this Buddha that we just saw, I definitely spent some time with because it's just like
stunning.
Yeah, really stunning.
Well,
so the last batch of stuff that we have to share, and then we can just chit chat, is a bunch of just miscellaneous
the arrival
pictures.
photo.
They don't see it yet.
Oh, there's the arrival. It's coming. And Ayesh, greets you with like a shell lei. When you're VIP travelers with Ayesh, by the way, you get a fresh bouquet of flowers. I'm not just bragging, but that's the kind of heart this boy has.
There we are.
Looking good.
Great picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were going that day to the tooth relic in Kandy, which is something special.
Yeah. And here we are at Trincomalee in the bay, heading to another small stupa temple. This is the park.
Out and about.
At the Botanical Garden.
You were on the ground, I think, 12 days, Miles?
I think it was more than that.
Okay, that's the way I remember it.
And this is a photo of us climbing.
Yeah, we're on our way up to Dambulla. This is just before the rain started.
This is the hair relic.
No, I believe this was Dambulla.
No.
Well, that's the way I remember it. Doesn't really matter. We were on our way.
I'll argue.
We had so much
at
fun.
the bay.
Some
Oh my
good
gosh.
meals out at the beach.
This is Trincomalee. Yeah. Yeah,
Food's important.
food,
It's
friendship,
important.
Oh, this is so
fun.
yummy. This was one of our favorite places to go for
Dosa.
dosa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in
Yep.
And we did, tea in Sri Lanka is a big deal. And we stopped
Huge deal.
at a tea factory and got a little tour, and Miles bought some tea.
Well, and what you can't see in that photo, like it looks so light and airy in that last photo, it
Yeah.
must have been 95 degrees in that building.
Yeah.
Like,
It was hot.
because
Uh-huh.
yeah, they're roasting the tea with this big like furnace thing, and yeah. So yeah, here we are at Temple of the Tooth, and I'm gonna make an offering to the Buddha.
Beautiful.
That was a special
This is
taste.
inside that other stupa. Most stupas you don't go in, but they had one that
Oh yeah,
Ayesh
yeah.
took us to, which was
Outside of Kandy as
really
well.
just glorious.
That was a fun
I feel like
trip
I thought
out.
I had a video.
Now,
Then
there you are.
climbed Sigiriya also. Here's a few pictures from, it's a big, well, why don't you just talk about your Sigiriya experience?
Look at the foot
Sure.
beam.
So, Sigiriya is a kind of a hill fortress. For those who kind of know Portland and surrounding area, it's a little bit like if one were to put a fortress on Beacon Rock on the Washington side of the Columbia River Gorge,
Yes.
and back in the I think 12th century, the entire rock was carved in the shape of a lion, the Sinhala lion.
Uh-huh.
And it's a popular thing to go up to watch the sunrise from up there, because the sunrise really is particularly beautiful.
This was the sun. We've been up there for sunset, and I realized we weren't with you this day.
No, yeah, at this point, yeah. So,
Okay.
and then the other fortress is behind me
Yeah.
in oh no, actually Sigiriya is behind me in this photo, because
Right.
we're on the other hill where the
mountain.
other fortress was.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
there's an
Yeah.
It's a
adjacent
double.
Yeah, there's an adjacent place where you can walk a nice little hike
Yep.
up to a reclining Buddha in the rock, right?
Um,
And then there you are saying goodbye, and you and
Yeah.
Ayesh had a little several days on your own, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's really super.
yeah, the
It was
house
great.
felt empty after you boys left and pushed on. So, wow.
So
Yeah.
that's a little look around Sri Lanka with Miles.
Oh gosh, Miles, that you must have just been in seventh heaven.
I really was.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
was. Yeah, it was just delightful.
We think you'd really enjoy India.
Yeah.
This this was my first trip to Asia, and it definitely helped me build courage to tackle a trip like India. So and I sort of learned that like there were so many times like when I was hiking Sigiriya, because like essentially I hiked Sigiriya in the morning, and then I had 2 continuous days of travel that took me all the way back to Portland from there. And yeah, which was nuts. But like I just knew where everything was. So like, when we walked up to the ticket office and the ticket office was closed, like, regular tourist Miles in a panic would have been like, oh no, the ticket office is closed. What are we going to do? And I was like, no, it's just over here. Come on. And just to have the experience of somebody who really knows what's going on, and who just will be super thoughtful about like, what are you going to enjoy, was such an incredible experience. I just, I really felt very cared for, and just am super grateful for the whole experience. So yeah, thinking about India now. We'll see.
Yeah, we were about a third of the way through our first trip to Sri Lanka, and we realized that unlike some other countries, that you really benefit from having a car and driver.
Mm-hmm.
That we thought that we didn't know until we got here that, maybe we could do it like we do it in India sometimes, which is a train sometimes, an airplane. Of course, it's a bigger country, an airplane sometimes, and then occasionally you hire somebody to take you from one point to the next.
Yeah.
But in Sri Lanka, we learned after about the second stop, it's like, oh, we really should have a driver.
Yes.
And create your own itinerary. And
Yeah.
we've used Ayesh ever since.
Yeah, since 18. And now that he's the
And how did you
certified
find
guide.
Ayesh?
Online.
Online.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He was just then a driver, didn't have the credential. And
This is the first time that
he's-
we've like ordered an Uber and then just generated. We did this in Costa Rica. We just met our Uber driver, picked us
Yeah.
up the next day and like drove us around for a few
You
days.
did this, well, we did this from a driver in Cambodia as well.
Yeah.
And so we just meet people and, we try to put them on our blog at hotelguys.com
Yeah.
when we find really good people. So if you're a traveler, again, I know we're running out of time and Miles, thank you so much for, talking about Ayesh. We love him. He's like just the most incredible, heart-centered man that you could ever encounter as a guide. He just wants you to be happy in your visit in the country that he loves.
Yes, and it was a great pleasure to have you join us
Oh.
here in our crazy on the road life.
We still call the second bedroom Miles's bedroom, and I, go in and I'm like, oh, he's not
If I
here
could
No,
teleport,
we're here at the beach in Nilaveli.
until the 15th.
Yeah, and Ayesh will be back the last weekend, so
Yeah.
we'll see him in about a week or so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 6 days.
So Nancy, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
For
you.
Oh my
keeping us
gosh,
on track.
this is just so much fun. And Miles, I got the biggest kick. Every single picture of you, your smile is just from ear to ear.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I've never seen anything like it. It's so delightful. You're like a kid in a candy store.
I really
True.
was.